Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Blondest Podcast. I'm your host, Savanna Boda.
And I'm your co-host, Tyler Jacoby.
And we're so excited because we're here today with Maxwell Stock, the founder of Epicutis. And he is going to introduce himself and tell us all the things.
Yeah, all the things. How's it going, Savannah? Max Stock here.
Yes. We're so excited to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be on. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So how about you kind of walk us back for our listeners and tell us, the birth story of Epicutis and how it came to be?
Yeah, so actually 20 years ago, I started a biotech company called Signum Biosciences. Actually, my father and I started the company. He's a professor at Princeton University. And we started the company based on the research that he was doing. He was, and still is, studying signal transduction networks involved in inflammation. So inside a cell, you have all these signaling pathways that tell a cell what to do, will respond to, and in this case, respond to inflammation. So we started, the company is Signum Biosciences, and over the last 20 years, we've been developing drugs for topical disease. And then we've also been developing ingredients for cosmetic companies. So during that 20 years, became a real insider to the cosmetic industry in terms of really understanding all the realities behind what's included in these different formulations, what drives the technology in the skincare space. And that's when we started to think about creating our own skincare line. Early on, I actually should mention that I suffer from seborrheic dermatitis and was very picky about the skincare products that I would use. So I was actually creating my own formulas. So I wanted a skincare product that had really just a couple ingredients in it. Something really, really simple, but then our actives. So the ingredients that we developed at Signum, I wanted to use for myself, but I didn't want to have a skincare product that had 40, 50 different ingredients, all these different chemicals in them. I wanted something that was really, really clean and really simple. So that's when the light started to go off in my head that there's got to be other people out there that want a really simple, clean skincare product. And that's when, at around the same time, I got exposed to Japanese skincare. We partnered with a Japanese pharmaceutical company called Rodo. And that's when I got exposed to the way Japanese folks do skincare, what they like. And they like really simple formulations, no fragrance, very, very, very straightforward. That's when I met Masanori Tamura, who's actually now our chief formulator. He's our head of product development at Signum. That's when I met him. He actually comes from Rodo, got exposed to Japanese skincare, and started to think about a product line that would incorporate our technology at Signum, but also this kind of new approach to developing skincare products. So that was the real birthplace, at least the idea behind Epicutis and what we're doing at Signum.
I love it. And I remember when we were at dinner, you were telling me, because I was like, what does Epicutis mean? And it means on skin in Latin, right?
Yep. Yeah, so epi meaning on and cutis meaning skin. Exactly.
I loved that.
And we have we're a real scientific, and Signum means signal. So signal transduction is what we study. So try to have the names actually mean something.
I love
Absolutely.
it. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to quiz Tyler here. Can you say the word I want you to say?
Oh, Lord. Okay. I hear this all the time, but tetramethyl hexadecinal succinylcysteine?
That was good.
Yeah, that was very good.
Yes.
He must have practiced on that one.
No, I think if you hear something 100, if not 1,000 times,
I say it all the time. It's my favorite word.
It is her favorite. She was obsessed with it.
Because it just makes you sound so smart. I just love it. And it's such an amazing product. I mean, Lipid Serum. So I've been carrying Lipid Serum now and Epicutis in general in my clinic for, I would say, almost 2 years now at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Time flies.
Time flies. And I always talk about how every skin concern always directly correlates with inflammation, whether it's rosacea, acne, pigment, aging. I mean, inflammation is really the key cause of a lot of these concerns. So managing inflammation internally and also topically is, such a big thing for overall skin health. And so that's where I really love Lipid Serum for that, as well as, just so healing, repairing, helping with that collagen. I mean, it's just great. So tell us about all of the products and what you're excited for. I mean, I know you guys just launched the lipid body treatment, which I have been loving. And I am a body product girly. I might like body care more than skincare.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's true. I think I do. I really love body care. And I think that's really, I'm just so happy you guys came out with this product, because I've always said, I think that's going to be the next really big thing in medical grade skincare and just in this space, is people focusing more on body care, because we treat our skin, but then a lot of times people's hands show their age, or their neck and chest show their age, because they're not taking care of it the way that they take care of the face. So I think it's super important. I always say, if you're not 13, it's time to put down the Bath & Body Works glittery products and start using body care that's actually going to be beneficial for you. So I've been loving it. I say it's like lipo and Botox in a bottle, because it does really help with those wrinkles, and it does some fat melting. And it feels like a warm hug. And so I really like that it came out during the colder seasons here in Texas, because I am freezing every time I get out of the shower. And when you put this on, it increases that blood flow and that blood circulation. So it just feels like a warm hug or like a warm blanket. It feels so good.
Yeah, absolutely, Savanna. And it's important that people think about inflammation. It's just generally good to think about it, your whole body, in terms of your health. But absolutely, your skincare needs to be focused on reducing inflammation. Inflammation is what drives aging in your skin. If you have lower inflammation, you definitely are going to have healthier looking skin, more beautiful looking skin. That's absolutely critical. So yeah, the whole product line is geared towards reducing inflammation with as few products as possible. And in terms of body care, I 100% agree. Your whole body, obviously, there's a lot of real estate there. It's a lot of product that you're putting on your skin. So the need for a clean product is even more important than ever when you're talking about body care. And then obviously the health of your skin and your body is just as important as your face. You might not see it a lot, but we all look in the mirror when we wake up in the morning. So
Yeah.
It's good to see, like what you see. So absolutely, we're really excited about the lipid body treatment.
Yeah.
It's got a really different formula in terms of it's a gel, it's not a cream. So it doesn't take forever to really apply.
And a little goes a long way. I would have to say that, because typically, I run through my body products pretty quickly, and I have to use 8 pumps. But with this one, the first time I always obviously went hard in the paint. My first time I was like, I'm going to do 8. And I was like, oh my God, I have so much on me. I had to put some on my husband. So I will say it spreads really well, and it lasts the hydration. I mean, that's what I have on today. I've been wearing it every day. I love it. And it's the Acmella Spilentes. That's how you say it, right? That's kind of acts like Botox.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's going to give you real tightening, also kind of relieve any or reduce fine lines and wrinkles, especially around the neck. That's a real important area. Your neck is actually going to age faster than your face.
Yeah.
That's pretty thin, very, very delicate skin. So it's got some great benefits in terms of that as well. So that's Spilanthes flower. It's the botanical Botox is how people like to describe it.
I love that.
Absolutely. And then the lychee plant as well really brings that increased circulation to the skin. A little bit of heat you might feel the first couple times that you use the product. And then, of course, the Hivea, the chia seed extract that delivers that omega-3 and that omega-6. So really moisturizing your skin as well. Which is, what most people go after when they're thinking about a body treatment. Is whole body hydration, but then you get those extra added benefits in the product. So a lot more than just hydration, a lot more than just a product that you're going to pick up at the supermarket. Definitely time to elevate your body treatment. It costs a little bit more money, but it's really
honestly
worth
the
it
price
in the long
point
run.
is good. I was expecting it to be way more.
No,
I
me
think
too.
8 ounces for $225. I think that's a really fair price point. Honestly, lower than what I probably would have charged for it, given all the things it does. But yeah.
No, because I remember when Savanna had told me that y'all were about to launch it, or that you were
testing
you
it.
announced it or something like that. And I told Savannah, I was like, oh my gosh, that thing's probably going to cost like $600. Like, that's crazy. Like a huge body pump, like for basically, I mean, it's similar to the lipid serum.
It is, but it doesn't have the TSC, but it is that has lipids in it. So that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was
so the omega-3 and the omega-6, those are both lipid.
Yeah.
Those are both lipid molecules, right?
Okay.
Those are both fatty acids.
Yeah.
So it does have, it's packed with lipids. And then that chia seed extract is anti-inflammatory well. So it's got a ton of technology for the price. You're right. And then at the same time, it has that, tried and true Epicutis, as few ingredients as possible.
Yeah.
So only 18 ingredients in that product, keeping it real simple, but sophisticated at the same time.
So,
full body hydration, full body reducing of inflammation. And then that tightening benefit is what I'm sure most of us at least are looking for, around the belly or your neck and décolleté area.
I like it too for elbows and knees. Like, that's
for
that thin
elbows
skin.
or this area back there, the back of your arm. That's always a classic area people are concerned about. So great benefits there as well.
Yeah.
So what made you guys want to come out with a body serum? Just because I know, like, typically with these skincare companies, they'll come out with like
so it's purely selfish. So all the products I create or we create at Signum are purely selfish. It's just for my own use.
I love it.
I hated using this cheap body products that you would buy at the grocery store. It was just terrible.
Yeah.
So I wanted a really great product to use for my body and just kind of assumed that everybody else has. Yeah. So really just selfish reasons.
I love that.
And that's why I created Epicutis, because there's no way I was going to use an eye cream or an eye serum. 3 products were about my limit in terms of a routine in the morning and the evening. And then also I didn't want to I really don't like harsh soaps for my face, for my skin in general. It really dries me out. And it strips my skin. So the oil cleanser, I wanted a better cleanser. I hated oil cleansers that left that oily residue after you use them and you put water. It's like you just waxed your car or something. The water like beads off your skin. And so our oil cleanser, is amazing in terms of what completely washes off. It leaves your skin feeling so soft. And then the lipid serum to really control my redness. Really reducing inflammation. And then that last piece, the cream, just for hydration. At night, I wanted something a little heavier. I use a little bit more of the product in the evening and then in the morning. So
it's a really good moisturizer.
Purely selfish reasons, just kind of making better products for myself and thinking other people will really appreciate it. Kind of a field of dreams. If you build it, they will come.
That's amazing.
I love that. That's Savannah was saying. That's exactly how, if she had a skincare company, she would be making stuff for herself.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, Max, so you guys, when we had our dinner, gave me the cryo balls. Oh, nice. My God. Oh my God. I am obsessed with them. They're so easy to use. I love just a lot of things. Like, I feel like a lot of companies, they go to Alibaba or like cheap out and just get some like run of the mill everything and slap a logo on them. These are like engineered, okay? Like, they are so cool. They move in a cool way. Like, they just feel luxurious. Like, they don't squeak. Yeah. They feel legit, like good quality, which is super, super important.
We really were thinking about the clinician when we developed those. I think and number one, we think about the clinician, when we're developing these products. Even the lipid body treatment, it's a great treatment for a clinician to use. A little bit of tightening on the body. A lot of people that are coming into the clinic don't really think about the body as much. It's kind of a way to kind of start that conversation. Here's a nice body treatment, and then you can kind of build from there. So really, really happy about those ice globes.
Oh my God.
They feel amazing, especially when you're putting on the mask. You can kind of use it.
My God. I'm sorry for saying "oh my God" so many times, but like I had like an out of body experience. Like, I know that sounds really dramatic, but like it's like the best thing I've done to myself in a really long time. Like, I instantly was like, oh my God, like I just want to lay here all day and just rub this around my face. Like, it just felt so refreshing, so cooling, and especially since I've been struggling with some breakouts lately. It just helped with my inflammation a ton. And like, I already love the lipid mask. I probably do like 3 a week. I'm crazy. But my rep keeps me stocked up, so she's the best. But I I love it, and I didn't think it could get better until I used the cryo balls on top. So this will come out in December, so they should be ready to be purchased. Are y'all selling them just strictly to clinicians, or is this going to be available for customers too?
It will be available for customers, but I believe we're going to just be giving them to our clinicians, just as being part of our, working with us.
Christmas gift.
I think that's what we'll do. But you will be able to purchase them just as a consumer.
Nice.
We'll be able to purchase them.
Yeah, I'm going to carry some in clinic when those launch for sure, because they're
fantastic.
So good. And like, I've always been the person to say, like, just use ice. I like ice so much better, but these get so cold and they're so refreshing. I mean, I just love them.
They even come with a cool little stand that you can put on your treatment table, so you can, they don't get dirty or anything like that.
Them.
So yeah, no, it's great. You like them so much.
Oh, they're so good. Like, every time I'm like, Lance, to my husband, I'm like, go get me my balls. I need my cryo balls. I love them. They're so good. So tell me a little bit more too about lipid serum and just about TSC, tetramethylhexadecynyl succinylcysteine.
So was that the first product?
Yeah, so
I think it was the first product, or did it launch at the same time as the Hyvia cream? They came together, right?
Yeah, they launched together. Those were the first two products. The lipid serum. It's really our hero product. It's only 8 ingredients. It's got a high weight hyaluronic acid. The ingredients are pharmaceutical grade, so that's another differentiator with the product line, is that we buy only the finest ingredients. So when you see hyaluronic acid on the back of a cosmetic bottle, you really don't know where that hyaluronic acid came from in terms of the supplier. And there's very different qualities. So we use pharmaceutical grade hyaluronic acid. So that's the same hyaluronic acid that they put in eye drops, for example. It's much better. It's why our formulation has that really nice, thick, rich feel. When you apply the product, it has this great viscosity to it that really allows it to be applied in a really great way. And then at the same time, it absorbs super nice, so it doesn't leave you feeling like you have a heavy product on. So that TSC molecule is a small molecule we developed at Signum, modulating specific networks involved in inflammation. So really controlling inflammation, reducing inflammation, calming, soothing the skin. It also has antimicrobial properties, so it's able to have some ability to control the growth of microbial populations. And that's one of the things about the whole product line. When you have some of people are starting to talk about this, but it's kind of the elephant in the room, which is your microbial population. So all the flora and fauna that live on your skin, which are critical to your skin health. And especially with, I've seen recently, there's been a lot of trends around product cycling. And so people will jump from product line to product line.
Yeah, I don't like
Usually
it.
That's associated with either the product stops working or they start to get irritated from the product line. But what that also does is it really disrupts your microbiome. You could imagine every 3-4 months jumping to a new product line. That means all these chemicals that are in your new product line, all your flora and fauna have to become adapted to them. They have to become used to those chemicals. And a lot of those chemicals can be not so good. So what Epicutis line of products, first of all, you don't have a lot of different products that you're applying. So that means less chemicals. And then our formulations have a lot less chemicals in them just from
Very
start.
clean.
And so that's going to allow your microbiome to have to be much more balanced. And that's also going to contribute to your skin health. So that's another added benefit. So you're going to have that kind of postbiotic kind of effect from our IPC molecules, so our isoprenyl molecules, which is
say that word again.
TSC.
I have to learn that one. Isopropyl.
So that's isoprenyl cysteine molecules. So that's how we discovered the whole class of compounds that TSC represents. So TSC is a molecule that comes from a whole class of molecules that we discovered.
So she was like the star student. Right?
Say that again?
She was like, TSC was the star student out of all of the molecules.
Exactly. So we took a ton of different molecules and screened those molecules and looked for the best one. And we actually worked with estheticians. We would take serums in the very beginning when we developed.
I remember
the lipid
you telling
serum.
me this, and honestly, Max, I think that's so special. Like, that was something that I mean, I didn't know this before I met, and I've already loved Epicutis, but hearing that piece that you're about to say to our listeners really just shows how you value estheticians. And it's just makes me so happy because for the longest time we have been kind of pushed to the side, right? And so for you to value estheticians is really powerful.
So we work. So I believe that estheticians have the best feel for skin. They know skin. They work with skin every day. They touch and they feel. So I wanted to work with estheticians to develop the formulas behind Epicutis. And so I would take, for example, with our Lipid Serum, I would take a bunch of different bottles. But then had different actives in the bottles, and I would send them to estheticians, and they would pick which one they liked the best.
Wow.
And that's how we ended up choosing TSC through that process. So yeah, and we really value the esthetician. We really see them as clinicians just as much as the dermatologist. I think that's why a lot of brands that are out there won't sell to estheticians, but they'll sell online through Derm Store. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to us as a brand. So
you're preaching to the choir, my friend.
So we really see the single esthetician as being very powerful as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you get your hair cut, it takes a lot more training, I think, to be an esthetician. I know than to be a hairstylist. But
I don't know. I don't think I could cut hair, to be quite honest.
No, Savanna told me she was.
But there's a lot of similarities. I think a single esthetician going back to the same esthetician repeatedly, they're going to really know your skin. They're going to really know what works and what doesn't work. They're gonna have a probably a lot better product knowledge as well. You can really see it. Savanna, with what that's who you are. Certainly how you started. So Epicutis, we really value that relationship with the esthetician and see that as being a integral part of the brand and the future of the brand. So as we build things like the ice globes, for example, we're really thinking about the esthetician's business and how to support that as best we can.
Yeah. And you have two, which we won't spill the beans because my lips are sealed, but I already know. So I'll tell you guys when I can. But you guys have two new products coming 2024, correct?
Yep. Super excited about those two products. Again, they're very different. They're not, it's not another eye serum or a face mist or something like that. Really different products. We're really complete the line. So super excited about both of those.
I can't wait.
So and it would be great. I am excited to work with you, Savanna, and as we prototype products, having
send them
you
my way.
as one of our advisors is fantastic.
I'm so excited.
I think. We're super excited.
Well, I appreciate you.
I think the future of aesthetics is super exciting. We're seeing it. We're a global brand. We're only 2 years old, but because we've been around for 20 years,
you're as old as my son. That's so cute.
There you go.
Epicutis and Cyrus.
We're able to launch the product globally. So aesthetics is blowing up everywhere. It hasn't even started in Asia, really.
Wow.
China and Asia is really just getting started. So I think we're at the very tip of something that's going to be absolutely huge. It's kind of hard to imagine it being bigger than it is.
I know.
I think it's going to grow at least by 10 to 50 times. So it's the beginning of something very exciting. And what you've built, I think, is going to play a big part of that whole space. So really impressive to see what you've built over the last 2 to 3 years, right? Very similar to
and that's
to what we've
even
done.
You saying that about the industry going even more, I'm like, God, I remember when I got in the industry, like it is nothing like it is now. Like it feels like tripled in size. So I'm excited to see it grow. I think, a lot of people get nervous when an industry grows because there's more competition, but I don't see it that way. I see it as more opportunities to educate the public about skin health. Because I think, for the longest time, people didn't really focus on it. It was very like a vanity subject. It was very like taboo, like, we don't want to be high maintenance, whatever. But I think when people start to realize it's health at the end of the day, not only your physical health, but your mental health too. It really does reflect how we perceive our lives and our day to day. So I'm really, really just excited to work with you guys closer too and to support you and be here because and everyone that listens to my podcast or my Instagram knows, like, no company owns me. No one has bought me. Like, I seek out the best. And if I love it, I love it. And I will support them. Like, I don't need any monetary benefits from that. Like, I truly, truly like search out the best lines to work with. And Epicutis is one of them. I mean, I've just been so impressed. My clients love it. And I think a big part of it too is like, there's so many companies that have good products, but the people behind the brand are not supportive of estheticians, or they're not good people, or, you know, whatever it is. But I always have to align with the product I always say this, the product needs to be good and the people need to be good. And if those two things match, then it's a home run for me.
Yeah.
So you guys really, truly have such an amazing company. Your reps are amazing. You're amazing. And I just really appreciate what you're doing for the industry. And Lipid Serum is truly like nothing else. And that's why I brought it on, because there are a million different hydrating serums. It's more than that. And so I think it's really amazing that you're not just putting something out there that already exists. You're really creating stuff that no one else is doing.
Well, I appreciate that, Savanna. And as we build this community, I think we need to elevate as much as possible these authentic voices. I think that's really critical. As you said, we're really moving out of a kind of a vanity driven business and into a real more wellness business. And I think the way we look and the way we feel about the way we look is so connected to our wellness and how we feel about ourselves. It's so connected. So great to be a part of it. And I think the future is very exciting. Very excited.
I agree. Thank you so much for being with us today. And is there any closing thoughts that you want to leave our listeners with?
No, just, please try the product. Come check us out. A lot of the hardcore science, you can go to our website and download those papers if you want to go down the rabbit hole around the hardcore science behind what we're doing. But yeah, just check us out and keep following us and paying attention to what we're doing. And we'll do the same.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Don't forget, if you guys go and shop Savanna's stocking, there is what size is it?
It's the mini, so you get to try it out.
Yeah, the mini Lipid Serum is in Savanna's holiday stocking.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to try it, you don't want to fully commit.
You want to fully commit, but
yeah, you do want to fully commit, but
we get it. It's pricey. So if you want to try a little one, you can. But if you want to get the full shebang, you can get it on savannahboda.com.
Absolutely.
Yay. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Have a great holiday.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.